Hello, everybody. Welcome back. And I've been joined by two of the players from the tournament. It's Tarun Kanyamarala playing white. I'm not very good on pronunciations. Playing against Lan Yao. And Lan, by the way, congratulations. Apparently, you become joint British women's champion. An even greater achievement is you're the first female player or first female personality to appear on this whole commentary stream for the whole. So, okay, let's have a look for your game. Right. Okay. So, how much of this was theory, guys?
Um, so after e6, I was out of book. So after knight c3, usually c takes d4 is played.
Oh yeah. Isn't there an a6, or am I getting mixed up with some other variation?
Yeah, I thought of that, but I'm afraid of d takes c5. I'm knowing things.
Yeah. How do you get the pawn back right? It's not so easy, right? Yeah, that makes sense. Can you go queen a5, or is that terrible?
It's possible, but I think I'll always get a good version of French structures.
Sure. So in the game, Lan, you played e6 and then knight b5. I always find that move quite irritating.
Yeah.
But however, there was a good response. Knight e6 covered that square because obviously the fault was threatened. And then c3, good move, I'd say, because I guess you're ready to go a4, Tarun, right?
What happened in the game, I didn't choose that. I'll tell you why. So after bishop e7, here was my first thing. I took around 10 minutes here. a4 is usually played, but I was wondering what if, let's say, castles.
Yeah, sure.
And perhaps knight f3, bishop d7,
Right.
and bishop d3. And what if c4, and then trying to win the b5?
Yeah, this makes sense. Probably the engine would say it doesn't matter about the pawn because you always get a little bit of comp, right? Maybe some line like castles, and I don't know, but yeah, it's true. Maybe b3 or queen b1 or yeah, I agree with you. Maybe knight e5. No, knight e5, queen b2, right?
I was thinking instead of castling, maybe just h4, g4, knight e5, but yeah, it felt, probably here.
Oh, you want to go here and then go full ball?
Yeah.
What were you thinking, Lan? Were you thinking about doing this, or were you not sure at this point?
Yeah, I kind of see this, and I think it'll be good for me. I think it's. I didn't see h4, but I expected kind of for this kind of kingside attack.
Yeah, because I think this move makes a little bit of sense because black's closed the center. I always say to people that you get h4 sometimes when the center is closed. If you just check that line with the engine, I think it probably says,
"Wow,
it's okay. It's okay
Didn't
for white."
expect that.
Yeah, the engines don't care about pawns anymore. They're willing to give us pieces and rooks and queens and still beat us. So, hang on, that wasn't the game. Right, so you took, which to me it looks a little bit strange. But were you aware that this was theory or not?
No. I was on my own after d takes c5.
Okay, sorry, just fresh that. Oh, hang on. Sorry, I've just gone too far. Never refresh. Right, so bishop takes. This looks comfortable for black at this moment. Bishop e7. I think that was a good move by you, Lan, and you're threatening knight c5, right? It's quite positional.
Yeah, I thought so, but then b4, I just didn't expect that. Because I thought if he can't play b4, he could have played like earlier, and now b4. So I was like, what?
I guess here, but then maybe that weakens that pawn.
Yes.
So, once Tarun defends it, then it's, 94, I think it's...
Yeah, I didn't see e4. I thought knight e4 I could have played better, but I'm not sure. I thought of knight h5 and...
Right. And obviously you're not worried about this because the bishop can drop back, just to show that to people watching at home. Looks like that might be strong. Maybe king g6 also, but this is quite good for black. Knight h5, and what happens after bishop e5 makes sense. Try to induce f6, weakening move.
Yeah, and I thought of strange things like knight somewhere.
Maybe knight g5, yeah.
Yeah, knight somewhere, and I get scared.
Yeah, it does look a little bit ropey for black. I agree with you. Yeah, but so you rejected. I mean, that's a typical move in the middle game, just to put the knight on e4, kind of suppress White's play. Maybe a3 for White was an option. Did you consider a3 turn? Oh no, hang on, I'm blundering. Sorry, I'm
Yeah.
blundering as usual.
Yeah, with by playing b4, c3 is obviously a liability for me. So I had to be careful. But I was really happy to find a4. It looks like a smart way of protecting b5. And
Yeah, a4 is too good.
thank
Yeah,
you.
f5 is very bold. Yeah, I mean, I like that move, but obviously maybe a little bit of risk there involved.
Yeah.
So, okay, bishop e5.
Yeah, so here I started kind of playing aimless moves. I mean, positionally they're good looking, but I had no plan in mind what I was doing. But it just looked good, so I went for it.
So, Tarun, do you train a lot, like on sort of, like typical middle game? Well, question for both of you: do you train a lot on typical middle game kind of puzzles, or do you just sort of like do puzzle rush all day, or what do you do to train?
Um,
Sorry for the bizarre questions.
do you want to go first?
Well, I guess I don't do chess a lot normally,
Really, yeah.
and I like puzzles, I like tactics, but not this kind of position. And when I was young, I tried a lot of like positional things, middle game things, but now, hardly, I would say.
I think as you get older, you get more lazy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what about you, Tarun? What
Yeah,
would you
similar
say?
story. But nowadays, yeah, mostly kind of analyze top GM games and kind of understand their thinking.
Right, okay, so thanks for that answer. So bishop e5, bishop f6, bishop e4, knight c7.
Yeah, this was probably the critical moment after knight c7 instead of queen
Right,
b3, sorry.
okay, queen b3
So
mistake
everything
made.
is set for white, and I was hoping that once the knight comes to c7, there's no pressure on b4. Therefore, I was thinking I can break in with my only pawn break, which is c4.
It's a natural move that I think you'd always be
Yeah.
looking to play, although it does allow the exchange and maybe exchange on.
Yeah, I wasn't sure what will happen here. So therefore, in the game, I played even more preemptively with queen b3. But I wonder, is this any good for white?
Yeah, I mean, we could check the computer. Do you want me to check the computer?
Yeah.
We normally do, me and Nick, we were doing an analysis game. Sorry, what were we doing again, Nick? The evaluation game. What do we think the evaluation will be for white at this moment?
I think it'll be 0.5.
Yeah,
so.
okay. Yeah, very good, very close. Yeah, so nice edge for white with c4, but you went queen b3. Didn't look too bad. So what was wrong with queen b3?
I missed a nice series of exchange which Yao played.
Okay, so take trace, which does, yeah. So why didn't you? Oh, you didn't want to take with the e pawn because of maybe what was the problem? C pawn, sorry.
I thought knight d6, and then I don't have much to play for. And it's annoying that I can't play rook a5, which usually is the thing, but because b6 is just so powerful.
Just kicking the rook away and then grabbing the pawn, taking the
Exactly.
pawn. Okay, so that was interesting. Yeah, so you decided to take with it here because maybe here you have this pawn is weak.
Exactly. And rook e1, queen c8. Yeah, I started to understand that the game has turned quite significantly. Now I'm kind of, defending because I'm a clear pawn down.
Wow.
My only hope is to use my piece activity.
It feels like enough compensation, right?
Yeah, I think so.
The rook c5 is also quite good. I saw the move, and I just think probably it's nothing more than equal. I'll be a pawn up, but will be some kind of endgame which is hard for me to win. So this is what I expected.
Yeah, I
I
agree
could
with
show
you.
a nice variation I was thinking. So instead of rook c4, I was trying to make knight g5 work. So after queen d7,
Instead of rook c5, you mean?
instead of rook c5, sorry, a knight g5.
Yeah.
And now I was just hoping if rook fe8, then I could play, I think I was checking, yeah, rook takes e6, I think.
Oh, right, yeah.
And then in the end, I have rook c8 check. And
Oh, right, no. So just show that to the viewers at
Yeah.
home. So what Tarun was considering was like a trap. A bit of a tricky player, right? So this would immediately lose to queen takes, forking the king and the rook.
Yes.
You can go king f7 in that line, but then white would just exchange and probably just win the endgame,
Yes.
or it'd certainly be a lot better. So,
But however, black can play rook a e8, and everything is set now.
there's no tricks with it because the back rank's covered.
Yes.
Okay, so basically, worthwhile thinking about that move, but it doesn't really feel like white has that big an advantage
True.
here.
And it's funny that I was hoping for knight takes d4, thinking that rook d5. So yeah, we can continue here. It's after queen takes d4.
Sure.
Rook takes e6. What this happened in the game.
Well, obviously this would be a blunder
Yeah.
because a rook e1, and that's not going to happen, right?
And king h8. And I
That makes
thought I'm
sense.
winning here with rook d5. I thought
But you were winning.
Yeah, I
Wow.
thought.
Yeah, I was quite like scared. I thought I was losing, but
if
then
queen
yeah.
a1 check,
Yeah.
rook d1, and the queen is trapped on the middle
Yeah.
of the board.
That's
Isn't there this move though? Or
Yeah.
this move?
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's-
luckily she had it.
Ah,
Well,
okay.
unfortunately for me.
Yeah, yeah.
And yeah, here king g2 was very risky because I allowed f4,
So, but maybe you think you should have gone rook d1, right?
rook d1.
Right. So king g2 f4, and now I've threats. Yeah, we've seen a lot of turnaround games. Not turnaround this game, but we're counterattacks, I should say.
So here I went rook d3, but I was thinking of this very ambitious move, queen d3.
Yeah, I saw that as well. I don't know what to do actually.
Queen d3, and it looks a bit weird to allow f3. So f3, king,
h3,
Yeah.
right.
and my big idea is rook h5.
Yeah.
Wow. So what you want to do is do this. Can you go queen c8 here?
Exactly, this was my concern.
Pinning
Yeah, and I think I'm losing on the spot now.
looks a bit dangerous, right? Okay, so that didn't quite work. So queen d3 wasn't played. You played rook d3 as a more
Exactly.
solid move. So rook c8. It feels like black might have something. I don't know what the engine says. No.
Yeah.
You guys are like human engines, right?
Yeah, that's what I thought. Like
Yeah.
winning pawn.
But what I learned from my yesterday's game, I don't know if you checked it, Danny, but in open
can't
positions, the pawn.
Your game yesterday.
Yeah,
Yeah.
The pawn doesn't really matter at all, especially when you have active pieces.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And when you don't have any minor pieces, it's completely hopeless.
So, so rook b3 was played. Rook f7, f4, king h7, and then this kind of this fizzles out because these rooks are so strong on this file.
Exactly. And my
It's just impossible to shift them.
yeah.
So essentially,
But the question is, can black play for a win? Like migrating the king from the king side to the queen side, and then hope for
okay.
something.
So you're
Yeah, I've
thinking
thought
about
of
this.
that, but I just think it's a bit risky. Let's say if you do the king to h5, then g6 and f5, f6, and you
True.
get all the pawns. And I'm quite exhausted this tournament. So I'm like, okay.
You can't go here because of
Yeah.
this.
Yes.
So that's you can, but you're certainly not going to win. So you have to go here.
And from my game
Maybe F5.
against Richard, I learned a lesson that king activity is really important. I
Yeah.
remember he sacrificed 2 pawns just to get his king
That's
in
right.
such a
That was an
situation.
incredible idea. That really put him. Sadly, it seems he's lost. By the way.
Oh dear, hard luck.
Shall I just show you the games? Maybe I could just before you go, guys. By the way, thanks for showing us through your game. Can we have a quick opinion on this position? Black's just played d5. What do you think of? Seems like Nikita's worse. Do you think he's got good chances to hold, or what do you think?
Wow, from a weird opening to such a position, Stuart is just a magician.
Magician. Yeah.
So we can see h5 is dropping. I think the tide is definitely with black. The
Sure.
question is, can Nikita hold? It's hard to find counterplay for white, and that's what is really important. If white can get the rook on the e file, knight c5, and probably harass the king and the queenside pawns, then maybe. But I would say it's defendable.
It's defendable. I mean, you can play knight f2, but then that blocks in the rook.
Yeah.
Okay, let's just quickly move on to the Michael Adams game. What do you think about this position? It's white to play. Looks quite good for Michael Adams, doesn't it, at first glance?
Oh yeah, rook on f7.
Yeah.
What a monster.
Could he go queen f3 here and then attack the pawn? Or, I mean, maybe he's thinking about whether to take queen f3, just threatening to create checkmate attack. Maybe he's worried about queen c4.
Yeah, it's not a checkmate directly.
He's played a move, by the way. Let's just see what he's played. Maybe he just took the pawn, yeah. So now he's threatening g6 and then also defending that.
Yeah, c2, that was important.
Yeah,
It looks like a potential playoff, to be honest, between Peter Roberson, who's already won his game, and Michael Adams. And potentially, I think Michael Adams completely win, and we check the evaluations, must be completely winning for White. It is +7. Huge win for the GOAT of English chess, Michael Adams.
Indeed.
And I always got these terrible nicknames. And also potentially Viti Yugov or Stuart Conquest. I think Stuart Conquest is the one who's probably going to win that game. It could be a three-way playoff. Anyway, thanks so much for coming on and showing your game, guys. It's really great stuff. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, Danny. Thank you.
Cheers.